Good afternoon, people. Not good. I'm sorry. Good morning, everyone. Forgive me. I'm a little off because I've never actually recorded a live cast and gone directly back in to finish that live cast. But it appears as so I am doing that today. On behalf of the Rescuing Our Communities initiative to expose prosecutor misconduct, I am Clayton here with the continuation of the live cast. Excuse me. I hope it worked. Yes, it did work. Haha. Good people. I am Clayton here with the continuation of the Lies Cast exposing the corruption between the NYPD. There we go. I got to do this every time. I got to figure this out, people. I don't know why this does this to me every time, but it's all good. We'll figure it out quickly. We got to do all of this again. It got to be a faster way for me to do this. I'm gonna take some time today now that I'm home and really figure this out because it's getting kind of annoying. We're gonna say part two, and then we'll leave it alone. And we'll leave it alone for now. We'll do the corrections later so we can get right back to the topic of this live cast. Da, 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 bang, bang. Okay, it's one. Now we're going to go here, there, bang, there. Right? And here we go, it looks like. Ba, 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 ba. Ha, there we go. Okay, we're back, people. As I have told you, we are now discussing from part. This is part two, excuse me, of episode 102, which exposes the corruption between the NYPD and the Richmond County District Attorney's Office as it relates to the violation of victim rights and the racist practice of oppressing the rights of a minority male who has the legal right and the legal classification as the victim in a domestic violence dispute. I was a victim, and I was horribly prosecuted, horribly defamed and slandered, arrested numerous times for false arrest, and maliciously prosecuted by not only the NYPD, but the Staten Island District Attorney's Office and its head racist, Michael Mcmahon, because he may have been in a sexual relationship with my ex girlfriend. I'm not confident of that, people, but the misconduct that went on in this situation, people, there has to be a reason that Mike McMahon was willing to put the credibility of his office on the line for Francyna Evins. And I totally believe that he may have been involved in a sexual relationship with her, people. It's the only thing that makes sense. Why would this man, who is a district attorney, do all of this to violate the rights of an innocent black man? Is the question. Why did the NYPD, at the direction of the district attorney of Staten Island, work this hard to violate and completely bar a black man from the legal right to be the victim in a domestic violence dispute where he had the legality and where he had the order of protection against this woman? That's the examination, and that's what I'm trying to show my audience today, that this was not a simple matter. This was a calculated and coordinated suppression of minority rights to benefit a prosecution of the Staten Island District Attorney's Office. And my mission today is to expose that, people. I need to expose what the NYPD did to me because it was wrong. It was horribly wrong with what they did to me. I was the legal, federally protected victim against this woman, so they had no right to falsify complaints, to destroy complaints, and to falsely classify locations on my complaint, which in my last episode, Joseph Noto admitted that he had to amend my complaint. He's the DV unit officer. His job is to protect victims of domestic violence. Yet this officer falsified my complaint, so my complaint would be sent to somewhere else, and they would not have to prosecute the woman who they were working with to try to arrest me for things they knew I didn't do. So let's go back to Joseph Quirk, audience, because Joseph Quirk is highly relevant. Let's go back to little Joseph Nurk, Joseph Quirk. We got to pick up right where we left off, audience.
Honest. If you guys keep charging me and I keep getting dismissed, come on, it's not fair to you guys.
I just don't know. I think everyone's confused. I don't know what's going on between both parties here. Like, it's just
because nobody will listen to me. That's what, you know why you guys are confused? Because you won't listen to me. You only listen to her. She comes in, she tells you something, she has snippets of conversation. You guys take that shit as gold. I come in with a recording, an hour long, where she's begging me to stay with her and admitting I never touched her. I can't get a detective to listen to it. I come in with text messages where she's contacting my child's mother when there is a valid no-contact order of protection in place for the child. You guys are telling me she's okay. She didn't contact the mother of the child. She calls me. The report you take. I have a copy of the incoming call. Guess what? That's not good enough for you guys. But I get arrested for calling her with no proof of a phone call. I don't know what else to do. I got evidence for you guys. You guys won't even look at my evidence. My evidence is valid. You saw it. The attorney did contact me. The attorney did admit she was not counseled. The attorney did admit she lied. You saw the text message.
And I took the report for you.
So
your issue's not with me. Your issue's not with me. I took the report. I left it open to the detectives. Okay. And did you speak to the detective who had that case or no?
Yeah, he called me once and then never called me back again and refused to answer every call until after I got arrested last week. Then he answered my call and said, "Oh, I heard what happened to you. I'm so sorry." Oh, yeah, the district attorney goes, "No, forgive my language. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm tired of it. It has to be a reason it has to be racism. What else is it? It's not like I'm in the streets of Staten Island selling drugs. You guys said I'm not credible because of Gwen Carr. I never did anything to Gwen Carr. I literally showed the proof that Gwen Carr lied. So that's another false arrest that 120 did to me. Because I paid Gwendolyn Carr for 3 months, and I provided...
Now, you heard that, people. You hear me discussing Gwen Carr and how they framed me for Gwendolyn Carr, the mother of Eric Garner, that stinking bitch. And I'm going to call her exactly that in this live cast. Mother, forgive me for using that word in public, because I'm trying, people. But you just hear me tell this officer how Gwendolyn Carr framed me, and I paid her $2,000 in the 120 precinct, and the Richmond County DA's office knew it. But people, guess what? They tried to use that malicious false prosecution to say I wasn't credible, even though they knew I told the group of the truth about Gwen Carr, and that stinking bitch lied through her teeth. And yes, Gwen Carr, your family, whoever's watching, I called you a stinking lying bitch because that's exactly what you are. You are a disgusting human being. You are no advocate for social justice, the rights and the freedoms of black men. You're a desperate, broken, disgusting, bum-ass, ugly woman who used the death of her son to get credibility and clout and money. That's all you are, Gwen Carr. You are fake, you are a fraud, and you are a completely unethical piece of shit. That is what Gwendolyn Carr is, people. I was framed by Gwendolyn Carr, by this very precinct, that tried to use that information to bar me from domestic violence resources to continue to allow Francyna Evins to manipulate the police and the DA as a tool to come after the ex-boyfriend that broke her heart. Get the fuck out of here, people. You're telling me Staten Island's not racist? Listen to this conversation. The officer can't give me a reason why they're not doing it. People, I'm not selling drugs. I'm not committing crime. People, I don't even live on Staten Island. Why are they doing all this? I'm going to tell you why, people. Because I was a black man that Mike McMahon did not want to have the legality of a victim. That is exactly why they did this. The order came from the top. People, corruption trickles downhill. The attitude of a law enforcement agencies comes from its head law enforcement official. Who's the head law enforcement official of Staten Island? Michael McMahon. Let's continue.
That's why the case was dismissed. So how am I not credible if I have a dismissed case for something you guys say I'm not credible for? If a judge is ordering that this woman was so crazy, Noto, that he put a 1,000-yard keep away on me, a man with a criminal record against her, a woman that has never been arrested in her life. Noto, you work in DV. How often have you ever seen that happen? Never. How many times?
Not often at all.
Never.
Look, he just said it. It doesn't happen often. It never happens, people. It never happens when a man with a criminal record would gain a superior order over a woman with no criminal record, people. How did that happen? I'm going to tell you how. Because they knew Francyna was lying so bad that they knew there was no way she could be a victim. People, I had recordings of this woman admitting that she was lying on me, and that her mother was making her file reports to get retaliation against me because I didn't want to speak to her mother anymore. This bitch is sick, people, and you all have the people of Staten Island, the clown advocates like Ronti Olagunki, Malcolm Penn, and Mike Purry, uplifted this woman on a pedestal because they wanted some of her stinking ass vagina, not even realizing what they were doing, deeply harming the life of someone else like me. They didn't care, people, because they wanted to put their penis in my funky vagina ex-girlfriend. Man, get the hell out of here. Forgive me, people, for saying that, but it's the truth. Anyway.
Like, what is going on? Yeah. Who is she fucking? Forgive me, and I don't even want to say these things because, you know, you guys are men. You got jobs, you're women there, you got kids, you got families. Nobody needs this on their career. She doesn't care about any of you guys. She only cares about revenge on me. She doesn't give a fuck if you guys are being called to IA, if you got investigations, if your department's getting sued. No. As long as she can get me arrested and get you guys to fuck with me, she's happy. And I don't understand how you guys don't see this yet.
But you're calling IAB on me personally. You're making complaints saying I lied to you and I'm calling I'm
You
racist and I'm a this and that.
I don't know. No disrespect, but I don't know what's going on with you guys, bro.
Let me know. Let me know when I
lie on me with. You lied on me when you said that I told you that thing happened out on the other side of the island. I didn't tell you that.
Clayton, you haven't. You recorded the conversation. I told you play the conversation back.
I gave it to IAB. That's why they made you change the report. They heard me tell you it was in the post office. I recorded it.
No, that's not.
And I don't want to do that to you, bro. Like, listen, Clayton, I really didn't want to do that to you.
Yeah.
Believe me, I don't want to.
If I made a valid mistake, that's on me. But
if he made a valid mistake, people, he didn't make a fucking mistake. He did it on purpose, people. He knew that if he changed the location of that complaint, that the 120 DV department wouldn't have to investigate it. People, thank God while I was in this precinct, I recorded this little shithead because he lied through his teeth until I got in touch with IAB and I submitted that recording. This little bastard amended that complaint, people, within 72 hours after IAB got involved because the recording proved that he was lying through his teeth. Do you think any action was taken against him? No, people. They didn't even charge him, even though I had this officer on tape lying about falsifying the location of my complaint. And they made him adjust it to the right location. People, how was I lying? But no charge was put against him. No discipline was put against him. Nothing was documented, people. They closed out that case as unfounded, even though I had a recording of this officer, of myself telling this officer the location, and another copy of this officer lying through his teeth. People, nothing happened to him. Let's continue.
My recollection of the conversation was you were on the highway. First of all, I'm not lying about anything. It doesn't matter if I put location. I'm reporting it. If I thought you told me the highway, that's why I put the highway. Okay, you said I'm specifically.
I told him, I said, listen, he could have made a mistake, but honestly, I don't need to file reports on everybody. I just need the detective squad to do the right thing. That's it. I closed your complaint. Because the truth is, Noto, you're a blue and white. You only take the complaints and you process them through. I totally get that. This is coming from a higher level. The detective, the lieutenants that she knows through her pastor, and the district attorney's office is doing all this. But they're telling me it all starts with you guys. I have to be able to come into the precinct and file a report without going through hell to file a report.
Okay, I understand that. What about last time you came in here? You said she sent your uncle a video, right?
Yes, I did, and you guys wouldn't take it, and that's a violation.
You don't want to hear that it's not a violation. You want you come in. No. You demand to take a report for whatever you.
Now here's the truth. If you have a final restraining order against them, that's no contact. They can't contact. It's no third party contact. Also, if this girl is tagging my family and friends in videos to let them know she's shitting on me and lying, people, that's third party contact, and this officer knows it. But he's going to lie and sit here and try to manipulate what out of this little prick-ass piece of shit because that's what he's really doing. See, people, he's only talking to me because he knows he's in trouble at IAB at the time this is happening because he and I already have history. So he's trying to find ways to talk himself out of the fact that he falsified a complaint and all of the fucked up stuff the 120 did to me. People, these guys are fucking jokes. They are racist. They are pathological liars, and none of them are true to the oath they have sworn to protect the innocent as police officers. The only thing they're on Staten Island for is to violate the rights of minorities, and that's the goddamn truth.
We went to the court in New Jersey. It is 100% a violation because she's disfiguring my image. I had the original video, and I had the one she edited with my head. Considering the original video is me and the dog, and the new one is me and the clown head, that's called cyberbullying. It is a crime, Noto. You guys did not charge her with it. But I can show you the judge's transcript. He said if she did this, this is a crime. Because this is cyberbullying.
I would love to see that.
She said if she's taking your original video and she's altering it to put a clown head on you.
I so wish that the NYPD still let these officers box. Because I'd have beat this little motherfucker ass, you punk ass nigga. Excuse my language. He's a punk. Because all they do is they use this badge to pretend to be tough. But without this badge, they cowards, people. I wish I could set up a boxing match between myself and any of these cops that did this. I would beat the fuck out of them. And people, I'm honestly going to try. I'm going to try to set up a charity event on Staten Island and challenge these cops to a fight. Because considering you didn't respect me as a man, maybe I can respect you when I get you into a charity match and donate some money to the NYPD to break your fucking jaw. People, I swear to you, I'm looking in that right now. I'm contacting the New York State Athletic Commission to receive a temporary license to set up a charity boxing match. And I'm going to challenge Noto, Quirk, and De Palma to fight and donate some money to the NYPD out of my settlement. People, it's worth $100,000 to me to be able to whoop these guys' asses because they are not men. They're cowards with badges. And if I can remove that badge for them so I can face them man to man, I want to see just how tough they are, just how true they are to the racist practices when they have to deal with a black man on an equal level of combat, P. Not hiding behind your badge, not with a gun. Square up with me if you think I'm such a sucker that you could do all this to me. And people, I'm willing to put $100,000 on that. People are working on it right now. I promise you, if I'm able to do this, these coward-ass cops ain't going to accept this challenge because, see, their power, their confidence comes from the gun. Without the gun and the badge, they're regular civilians. And with regular civilians, if I can get you in a 12-by-12 boxing ring, I'm going to beat the fuck out you. This is not a threat, people. This is a notification that I am attempting to set up a charity boxing match where I can challenge these 3 officers from the 120 to combat and donate $100,000 to the fucking police department, the PAL. Because, people, I want justice. I want these guys held to account. And if NYPD, IAB won't do it, then maybe they'll accept my challenge and I can do it in a ring and publicly embarrass the shit out of them like they did when they falsely arrested me and defamed me and lied and slandered on me for 2 or 3 years, people. I want justice and I'm going to get it.
Bash you and socially slander you by stating that the crimes she was dismissed of are valid and you lied. That is,
and you were no longer visible on that video.
Dude,
your face, your identity is covered by that image.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
It's on my business Facebook page.
No,
the original.
did you hear this? The girl disfigures my image, and he says, "Oh well, she protected your identity because your face was covered." No, you dumb motherfucker! I got a harassment order of protection against her. She's not allowed to alter my original content for the purposes of embarrassing me, people. But this is what this white piece of shit is telling me because he doesn't want to admit to the fact that this girl is doing all of this stuff, and they're fucking wrong. Let's keep going.
Video. It's all you have to do is go to me and you see the video. It's me. But I can show you the transcript.
I understand the original one. Yeah, the original one was.
I can even have a detective. New Jersey can't charge her because I received it in New York. But I can even have the detective from New Jersey call you. It's cyberbullying. Yeah. It's definitely a crime.
Hey, listen, have someone call me. Great. That's if that's the case, great.
You know what? This is a joke. Okay, my attorney told me to try again. I'm just going to let him deal with it. I'm sorry for bothering you, Noto. Thank you.
Now, people, you just heard I hung up on that piece of shit. Because you hear how he's dismissing me. You hear it. You hear how he's dismissing me, and he's practically telling me that even though all of this is crimes, the people, they're legal crimes, the NYPD and the 120 Domestic Violence Unit was ignoring them on purpose to protect Francyna Evins because she was friends with Michael Mcmahon. This is sick. She probably got herpes in her mouth, nasty piece of shit. I'm just so disgusted with what happened in this situation with this girl, that these officers were willing to violate procedure, violate the constitutional rights and the civil rights of a black man just to get even on him with his ex-girlfriend. And people, that is exactly what happened in this situation. Let's keep continuing, though. I don't want to talk too much about myself. Let's go again. So we got Noto. That was Noto 1. Let's go to Noto 2. Let's go to Officer Noto 2. Let's go. Is that it? No, that's it. Mama told me to pray in the morning. Stuck here in this place.
I know you don't see anything.
Hold on. I'm looking. If you filed listen, what exactly did you file?
I filed a complaint for false reporting because I can prove she had it. I had the evidence with me.
So this conversation is with the same racist officer from the 120 DV unit, Joseph Noto. What we're discussing is the complaint that I filed once my charges were dismissed, where I could prove that this woman, Francyna Evins, filed false charges on me and effectuated my false arrest and the deprivation of my freedom. The 120 precinct actually destroyed this complaint so they would not have to arrest Francyna Evins. And I believe this is the conversation where I find out that they can't locate the complaint. It's completely disappeared, people. This is the corruption of the racism that is within the Staten Island law enforcement community. Let's keep going.
They called legal. Once they told legal what I had and read it to legal, legal told them to take the report that is in my hand because she most certainly lied on me and had you guys arrested. I waited 3 weeks. I'm literally holding the complaint.
You're holding the domestic report, correct?
Yes, I'm holding the pink copy of the receipt they gave me.
Okay. Silly question. You filed whatever you filed. It's in our. You filed in the 120 precinct.
Yeah, right downstairs at the front desk.
But as far as location, you put it happened in what in the court?
Are you
referring to the last incident that you got arrested?
Yeah. I was here at the place of location was the 120 precinct because that's where the report was taken. According to my attorney, I have to file a complaint for false reporting in the precinct that the report was given. So that's why I came here.
So quick lesson, everyone. I'm going to pause. Whenever someone files a false report on you, if a report is filed against you that is later proven to be false, legally, the only way you can effectuate an arrest for false reporting is to file that report for the false report within the precinct that arrested you in New York City. You can't go somewhere else and say, hey, this person lied to me. You have to go to the department that effectuated your arrest and took that report and show them that you were falsely reported. This is what my attorney told me. This is what people in the district attorney's office told me. This is what people from IAB, the Internal Affairs Bureau, told me. So I took a New Jersey trial transcript and I took many text messages from Francyna Evins to the 120 to file this report for the false report that effectuated my arrest. People, guess what happened? They started telling me that no, I had to go to another precinct. People, there's legal documentation, there's statute, there's case law that definitively states that if a false report is filed, the party who was falsely reported must file that report in the precinct that took the report and effectuated the rest. But these people were lying, telling me that I couldn't file it there, that I had to file it with the DA. The DA doesn't take police reports. The DA processes police reports. But in my situation, the DA was purposely dismissing every charge against Francyna Evins to protect the integrity of the office. Not because I was lying. They didn't want it to be put before the public that she was actually lying because they honored her at St. John's University. They were supporting her bullshit movement, breaking up is not a crime. So they didn't want the embarrassment of being associated with a woman who lied this bad. How do they avoid that without arresting her and embarrassing themselves? They deny the victim any outlet to prove that she lied on them and refuse to prosecute anything that proves that she's the offender. And that's what Staten Island did. Let's continue. Mama told me to pray in the morning. Stuck here in this place too.
You want to know what makes this worse, Noto? You know, about 2 weeks ago on the record in family court, this woman lied and said she never filed the petition that you guys have been arresting me for.
Yeah.
I have the transcript, yep. And that's the next thing we're going to come to you guys about because this is ridiculous, Noto. I've been arrested 4 times for this girl, and I've never done anything.
Hold on, I'm trying to navigate through this fucking thing. Hold on. Oh God, okay.
What's your coworker's name again?
Who did this?
Yeah.
I want to say Georgette.
Georgette, that's her name.
Ellis?
Georgette. I don't know her last name, but as long as I can remember the first name, I know she did it, so thank you. Georgette.
Is that who filed the last report for you, Georgette?
Yes, it is. Georgette.
Okay.
She took me to a sergeant, then they called legal, and they looked at what I had, and then they told her to take the report.
So why the hell do I see it? Hold on.
This is insane because if Francyna comes in here and files a complaint in 48 hours, you guys have an iCard. She has a detective, a report number, everything. This is
You get locked up right away.
I get locked up right away. Within 48 hours, there's an iCard on me. I filed this 3 weeks ago, and it hasn't even reached the detective. What the hell is going on here?
All right, let me talk to Georgette. Let's confirm. Let me confirm with her that it was taken. It was submitted, and then let's go from there. So I don't get upset. Don't get listen.
I can't at this point. It's been going on too long for me to get upset.
I know. I got you. Let's just keep cool and let's figure it out first, okay?
No problem. Okay.
I know. I have your number. Let me talk to Georgette when I don't know what time she works, but when she works at night, right? You did what time did you come in to file a report?
I was actually arrested that day. They let me out about 6 o'clock, so I ran into her at about 6 o'clock when they let me out from the last false arrest. But I think she said she comes in on Tuesday. The last time I spoke to her, that was like 3 weeks ago. So maybe her days are Tuesday to whatever she stops working. I'm not
Tuesday.
Sure.
Okay. So let me speak to her. Today. Let me speak to her, confirm that it was taken, confirm that it was submitted, and then let's go from there, okay?
No problem. I'll reach back out to you Wednesday or Thursday.
Perfect, Hal. Thank you.
So, people, that was myself and Officer Joseph Noto. And as you can see, they do not know where my complaint is. Let's go to part 3 of my series of my information about Joseph Noto. Oh, did I X out of that? I'm sorry, people. Let me do another screen share. Let's go back, people, because that's what this is about. We're exposing these bastards today. Is that the right one? I would think so. Yeah, let's see. This is probably it.
Hello?
I'm sorry, you went blank. What did you say?
Yeah, I said, didn't you come back in there and inquire about that?
Yeah, I came in. I gave copies. They told me they were going to call me back. No one called me back. That was like 2 weeks ago. I talked to Georgette a couple of days ago. She swore to me on her life. She gave you guys that report. I felt bad because I think they tried to blame her for it.
I think this.
No one can find this report, though. Like, I know you guys think I'm an asshole, but this is like the 3rd report that's disappeared against this woman.
All right, hold on, time out. Before you go further, this has nothing to do with this office. Hold on 1 second.
It was in this precinct, and this is DV, and it was a DV report.
I understand that.
Now, people, if you listen, he automatically says it wasn't this office. So I have to inform this idiot that, people, it was in this precinct. It was in here. She filed it. So it is this office, you fucking idiot. I had to inform this little racist idiot of that because he immediately tried to say it wasn't their fault. And they tried to blame this woman who did nothing, people. Oh, she's a civilian. She wasn't a cop. She literally did it because when she saw the documents and the transcript, she knew, just like any of the cops in the place knew, that the girl was lying. She goes to them. She says, listen, this girl clearly just admitted in this report that she's lying. We got to take this complaint. She brought it to a lieutenant because the sergeant wouldn't hear me out. The sergeant was like, no, get him out of here. I said, excuse me? So I cursed the sergeant out like, you racist bitch. Go get your lieutenant. So when the lieutenant comes, he reads the court transcript. He says, no, we got to take this complaint. She filed the false report on him. He instructs Georgette to take this complaint, and it disappears in the 120 precinct. Come on, people. How is this not corruption? It totally is, people. Let's keep going.
I know that I might seem like an asshole, Noto. I'm trying to be good. But listen, man, you can't blame me for this. I came in. I filed a report. This is the third time the report has completely disappeared, and it's a valid complaint against someone who has a final order of protection against them. Something has to give here. Like, nothing, everything you guys are doing, everything that's being done, let me not blame. I'm trying to change. I don't want to blame you. I don't need any negativity, any more negativity in this situation. But
okay, I appreciate that.
Every time this woman does something, if officers in there help her to whatever regard they're helping her, it makes it look like I'm filing false reports on her, when the truth is I'm not. The reports I'm filing is valid. You guys they don't want to arrest her. So what they're doing is delaying those reports or disappearing them so she doesn't have to be prosecuted. That's wrong. That is so wrong. I have this order, and she's violating this order with valid violations that are being submitted with proof. You guys have a legal obligation to detain this woman. I should not have to beg. My report should not disappear. Something is wrong with this, Noto.
Listen, I can speak on reports that come up to our office and come across our desk and come in. I see in the computer. If I didn't see I have nothing to do with your report not being put in, or however you want to describe what happened to it.
It's not my fault. It's not me.
Now, you listen to him. He's blaming me. You fucking idiot. I'm the victim. I filed the report and it disappeared in the precinct. He's blaming me. This is the truth of the racist police on Staten Island. This is what they do to black men. They sit back, they take fucking reports, and they lie through their teeth in order to effectuate arrest and deny victims legitimate victim rights when they know that the black man is the victim. This is what they did to me with Francyna Evins. This is what they did to me with Gwen Carr. Hell, this is what they did to Eric Garner when they killed him and choked his ass out in front of a check cashing place, and then the prosecutor's office refused to prosecute that cop. Come on, people. When is the injustice and the violation of minority rights on Staten Island going to stop? Oh, is this not on? Okay, it is on. Shit, I hope it's on. Let's go back. Let's continue. Excuse me.
Describing it. I made a report. I have the pink copy. Why is there no report? I did my part as the victim. I came in, I filled out a report. It was legible. It was neat. I didn't even write it. Georgette wrote it. So it was taken in the precinct. What did I do wrong that I'm being treated like I don't matter when I've done everything legally right? The cops won't help me. It's like you guys are forcing me into civil action because you will honor the order. This is insane. Who the fuck is she fucking in your precinct, bro? No disrespect, but I was with her. It didn't make me act like this. I wanted to lose my job. Whoever's helping this woman cannot care about their career. Why is she getting so much help? She's fucking crazy. There's no way you guys don't know by now. This girl has lied to you. You might have believed her in the beginning, but there's too much against her now for you guys to still try to
I never met the woman myself, so I don't know.
Now, I'm going to tell you something, people, what I found out later. That was a lie. He did know who Francyna was. They all knew who Francyna was, people, because Mike McMahon had directed the 120 to help Francyna. It's a lie, people. This is what these racist piece of shits were doing on Staten Island, lying through their teeth in order to continue the violation of my civil rights that was instituted and initiated by Michael Mcmahon, the district attorney, the top law enforcement official of Staten Island, who in a couple of episodes previously, I showed you text messages where Francyna Evins was threatening to have the district attorney arrest me, people. Come on, people. Then a year later, after she's convicted, suddenly I'm arrested for a trumped-up complaint, and Mike McMahon is not corrupt and a fucking lying bastard? Yes, he is, people. Let's keep going.
Yeah, so the last report I'm showing, when I run your name, is back in July.
Yeah, I know. No one can find the pink copy of this report. This is sad, man. This.
So, people, you hear them. My complaints disappear. The last one I can file in the system is July. People, I'm holding the copy that this woman filed against Francyna Evins. But he can't find it, people. They don't know what happened, people. And that complaint to this day is missing.
It's so fucked up. So it's really going to come to this with a point where we have to sue the police because the police are disappear. It's not like I don't have a receipt. You guys gave me a receipt for the report, so I'm not lying.
You know, I'm not disagreeing with you. I know.
I'm not an asshole. You got. Even when you and
I'm not calling you a liar. I'm not calling you an asshole. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Can you understand my hostility from when we first met now? You weren't the first time it happened. It happened 3 times before that because she knows officers in your fucking precinct. She has friends.
Are you sure? I know that that's the claim you're making. Are you sure about that?
I'm positive. I dated her for a year. I used to go with her when she served some of the women that work in that DV unit with her juice products. She knows people that work there. She knows cops. Her pastor is Victor Brown. He's a lieutenant in your precinct. He might have got moved to the 121. But the point is she knows a lot of cops on Staten Island, especially in your precinct. Look at the report she's filing, Noto. She's filing them from 37 Tompkins Street. You said yourself, you went to that address. It's an abandoned fucking house.
So, people, this is how Francyna Evins was filing complaints on me in the 120. Because in order to file that complaint, she had to live in the 120. So there's an abandoned household owned by her mother. She doesn't live there. The house is completely uninhabitable, and it's been classified as such by the Department of Buildings because of the interior of the house is not a habitable dwelling. That's what it's called. They don't even live there. But she was using that address to go to the 120 to file reports against me because of the IAB investigation that exposed Detective Michael LeVay in the 123 precinct and the IAB investigation that exposed what they were doing. That's the only just IAB investigation I had was by Michael Ming against Michael LeVay, the detective on Staten Island who falsified a complaint after Francyna Evins called me. Every other one was done by Staten Island officers who would close out those complaints to protect the officers and the credibility of the district attorney's office. And people, if you think I'm lying, I have 23 copies of IAB complaints where everyone was closed because officers on Staten Island were assigned to investigate their own officers on Staten Island. And people, you know where that's going to go. A Staten Island cop is not going to convict a Staten Island cop because that's the racist brotherhood of officers on Staten Island. The Skinhead Association of Cops of New York is in Staten Island, people. All they do is violate the rights of black men, then stick together so none of them get fired, which is the same thing the officers did when Detective Pantaleo choked out Eric Garner, people. The police department, the NYPD, bonded together to say that Joseph Pantaleo was right. Detective Pantaleo was right. They all bonded together, people. They supported the murder of Eric Garner by justifying the actions of the police and saying that this detective was right. Eric Garner was resisting. People, everyone saw the video. Eric Garner was a big guy, but his hands were up the whole time. Why did they have to put his knee on his back and turn his face to the ground to suffocate him? What was the point of jumping on his back with a headlock like this to get him to the ground when the man's arms was up like this? It's not like he started swinging. This is the truth of the racist skinhead association of detectives and officers on Staten Island. They're fucking cowards, people, and they're afraid of black men. They're afraid of our power. They're afraid of our strength. So what they do when they get into situations where they may have to be physically confronted with getting their ass whooped, they shoot us, they jump us, or they beat the fuck out of us. That's what they do because most of these cowards can't fight. They pussy-ass kids who got bullied in school and didn't get no attention, so they got a badge so they could be popping now. The fuck out of here. Excuse my language, people. I'm so sorry. I can't stand these officers on Staten Island. They're super racist, people. Super racist on Staten Island. Forget
but you guys are still taking the reports and coming after
about this.
She's filing addresses from an abandoned house she doesn't even live in.
No comment.
I don't know what to do at this point, Noto. Like, I don't want to keep coming there. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to get my life together, but I can't keep having this woman come after me.
I have to ask you. Listen. I have to ask you this.
Yes.
And I wish I had both of you in front of me to ask you what is the issue with both of you guys?
Now listen to this, people. I'm fucking showing them that the girl is lying. I wish I had both of you in front of us. What's the issue with you guys? Because they're trying to mediate it so they don't have to arrest this bitch. Not the fact that they know she's violating the law. Now they want to mediate so they don't have to arrest her. They want to know what the real issue is. People, the issue was the bitch was mad I dumped her. And the embarrassment of her getting dumped in the cornball community of Staten Island was too much for her. So what she did was take the lead in the narrative by lying, telling everyone I was abusive to her and I beat her ass. And because the racist institution and the false black men of Staten Island who were sexually attracted to her thought they could sleep with her finally, they backed her and maliciously came after me without ever investigating any of her allegations. So when I exposed her allegations by playing recordings of her begging and crying to stay with me, by playing text messages proving that the dog was mine and she was trying to use coercion to force me to sign over a business for the dog, suddenly everybody backed up. People, nobody has anything to say about this now. And behind the scenes, they talk shit about me. Oh, he's so angry. People, I should fucking be angry. Why shouldn't I be angry if all of this happened to me? I shouldn't be angry. I shouldn't be upset that the NYPD has violated my rights, cost me tens of thousands of dollars, detained me for things I've never done, and completely refused to honor my order of protection with my psycho ex-girlfriend who abused my infant daughter and is stalking the living shit out of me. People, I should be angry. I'm a human being. Why should I not be angry? Why should I not want justice for what this woman is doing to me? I'll tell you why, people. Because in the eyes of a racist white man, a black man doesn't deserve victim rights or justice. He just deserves a jail cell and a pair of fucking bracelets. But they got the wrong person when they got Clayton Howard. Let's keep going.
I don't. You know what's fair? You know what's fair to me?
Clayton, you can't tell me that this is one. You can't tell me this is one way.
I would love somebody to actually do what you just suggested. Because I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her, Noto. I broke up with her because her mother and her grandmother were stalking the living shit out of me. Literally, I have it on recording. I'm thinking I'm fine. She gets on some thin line between love and hate shit. She starts stalking me. She breaks into my house in New Jersey, robs me of the dog she thinks is our child, and literally will not give it back to me. No, I have proof. This is why she's facing criminal charges in New Jersey, because she started texting me, telling me that if I love her, I'll come back to her. Oh, if I don't want to be with her, then sign over the business that she and I owned. There's legal paperwork for the shit.
Oh,
sign
so
over the business.
You still have dealings with her because of a business and this
No,
pet.
I don't actually, and this is why I had to sue the 123. She literally used the dog to try to coerce me for the business. I said no.
Yeah.
The 123 dismissed the report against her, even though there was an active criminal complaint. She takes the dismissed report, sends it to the Oklahoma Department of Business, where our business is incorporated, and dissolves the business and lies and says that I'm not a partner. Now, mind you, I have thousands of dollars in receipts. So I have to sue her for that. Like you guys think you're helping her because of my criminal record from my past. I get it. You look at me, I look like a piece of shit because I got in trouble before. But you don't realize this girl is manipulating the hell out of you. What she's doing is she's coming in and she makes them think she's in danger. She's afraid. But all they're doing is coming after me, giving her the time to do some fucked up stuff to me, like rob me for a business, go after my child, find ways that she can fuck with me to file false police reports. So this is what's going on.
In all fairness, this office has no.
I know what you're going to say. Go ahead. You're not. You guys aren't counselors.
You're sort of misdirected.
You're not counselors. You're not mediators. You have nothing to do with that. You're 100% right. But what you are, you guys are law enforcement.
I know you like to call this office and call me specifically and try to put
I don't
some kind
really.
of
Yo, so you hear what this little faggot says? Oh, you like to call this office? You fucking bitch! You think I like calling you? People, this is how sick these racist pieces of shit was. People, they're telling me I like calling them. If you would fucking arrest this girl, I wouldn't have to call you. The problem is you won't honor the order of protection, but they're blaming me, people. They're telling me that I like calling them. You little racist bitch. I don't even like seeing your little clown-looking ass. Why would I be calling you? Why would I come here telling you I'm filing reports, showing you the IAB complaints, with copy of complaints that I filed that this office has destroyed and disappeared, but I must like calling you. People, I pray to God that when I'm able to set up this charity boxing match, that this little bitch accepts my challenge. But I know he's not, because he's a fucking coward, and the only reason he has any balls is because he has a badge and a gun. If I can get him to agree to this charity boxing match, I'm going to beat the fuck out this guy. But I know he's a coward. He's never going to agree to it. None of these cops on Staten Island have any balls, at least the ones I want. They're racist-ass, skinhead white men who use the law and use the manipulation of the legal statute to arrest black men and deny them rights. That is the truth of law enforcement on Staten Island. Maybe not all of them. I'll be fair to some of the officers. There may be some good Caucasian officers on Staten Island who are not part of the system. I haven't met one yet, and that's the goddamn truth. Let's go. I've never met a good cop on Staten Island.
I didn't even try to call you, dude. I tried to get your sergeant. They told me to call up and speak to your sergeant.
Oh, okay.
Now, see, you heard me. He tells me I like talking to him, this little gay bitch. I called to speak to your sergeant, pussy. I didn't call to speak to you. You're on the phone because you don't want to transfer me to your sergeant. I don't even want to talk to you, you little bitch. But you won't even get off the phone because you don't want me to talk to your sergeant. See, the truth was, I never spoke to the sergeant in the 120. Actually, I'm wrong. I spoke to him one time, maybe a year and a half after all this was going on. And he was completely dismissive. This cocksucking racist bitch he is. I think his name is Sergeant Monroy. He didn't want to do anything anyway because of the established systemic racism of the NYPD and Richmond County DA's office, which only prosecutes black men. It doesn't allow them to be victims unless it absolutely has to. If you're shot, if you're stabbed, then they have no choice to make you a victim. But with something like this, where the documentation can be manipulated, Staten Island's not giving no black man victim rights. Get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language.
I am not calling for you because I know where you and I stand. You are kind of like, well, I can't do anything. What do you want me to do? I get that. But you answered the phone. You're the person I have to deal with. I would prefer not to even call your precinct. That's the God's honest truth. But look at my reports.
I can imagine. Okay.
Look, my reports disappear. You guys are 100% wrong. You are totally violating my rights as the victim. I'm the victim in this, not her. I'm the one who went to trial with the court order, the trial order from a judge.
Okay.
All I want is my report number for the report I filed. Every time I call, everyone gives me an excuse, but they doesn't give me the report number.
Because they destroyed the report. Because the report would have exposed the fact that they arrested me falsely for the complaint of Francyna Evins, and they were trying to protect the image of the DA. So you hear how this little piece of shit, small dick, racist faggot Joseph Noto is lying to me and completely dismissing the fact that the complaint has disappeared. People, again, I filed IAB charges on Joseph Noto. You know why? Because he falsified the location of a complaint against Francyna Evins so it wouldn't be prosecuted by his unit. People, there was a massive conspiracy to deprive me of my civil rights within the 120 precinct, the Richmond County District Attorney's Office, and the 123 precinct. And it trickles down from Mike McMahon, the head law enforcement official on Staten Island, who I've already provided text from my ex-girlfriend that establishes the fact that she knew him personally. Come on, people. Make it make sense. How am I showing you all of this stuff and I'm lying, people? I can't be lying. There has to be some truth to what I'm saying.
It's like the fifth phone call I've had to record. I still don't have a report number, but you guys are asking me, what can you do?
All I know is if you file a report downstairs, we should get it up here, which we didn't. So that means I can't speak of what happened from downstairs to up here.
This is sad, man. This is so wrong.
And no, I agree. The frustration part is should be is there, but
fair enough. You can't do much more. If you still can't find it, you're not going to find it. So I'll just go back my other route. Thank you again, Nono. It's good to have a civil conversation. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's for a change, right? I know.
Fucking pussy ass. Yo, honestly, dude, I pray this guy accept my challenge when I set up this boxing match, people. I pray this guy accepts it. I pray he accepts this fight. I pray if I'm able to set this up with the New York State Athletic Commission, I pray Joseph Noto accepts my challenge, people. And I'm not a violent man. But if I can't deal with him in a level I could, then I'll challenge him to a public charity boxing match. And I'm positive this little pussy won't accept. I'm positive he's not going to accept because he's not a man. He hides behind his badge because the truth is he's a racist coward. That's the truth of Joseph Noto. Let's keep going. Where we at? 40 minutes? Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to stop because this is going to be more than a two-part series, clearly. I'm going to actually show you guys. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? Maybe we'll play, how long is Formicelli? You know, we'll play the DV units before we go because we got some time to play those. Let's play the DV units. This is 2 minutes, yes. So this was a recording that I had when I contacted the Richmond County District Attorney's Office, Safe Horizon. I believe it's Safe Horizon. Actually, this is the DV unit inside the Richmond County District Attorney's Office. This is a phone call I made to them trying to receive help as the actual victim with a federally backed order of protection against Francyna Evins.
Hey, good morning. I'll be transferred to domestic violence, please.
Yes, no problem. Give me 1 second.
Remember, for more information about New York City government services,
and people, I have more. I have so many recordings against these people, they're fucked. There's no way they're going to get out of what they did to me.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello?
Hey, good morning. Is this DV?
Yes, it is. Is this?
Hey, good morning. My name is Clayton Howard. I actually think I know you. How you doing, man? It's been a while.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, so
Yes.
you guys had me falsely labeled as a defendant for months. Those charges have been dropped and dismissed as of 2 days ago. So I am still trying to get assistance from the domestic violence unit and advocates for the woman who has been stalking me for the last year and a half and has me falsely arrested and is lying on me. I need an advocate. Considering I'm no longer a defendant, I should be able to speak to an advocate. So I'd like to speak to an advocate or a prosecutor with the evidence and proof I have of what this woman is doing.
Okay. Have you gone to the FJC?
Whoops. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Have you gone to the FJC?
Yes, I have. Your name was Brenda, Brianna, something like that again, right?
My name's Brittany.
Brittany, that was it. I remember because I had so many call logs calling you like a year ago. So I have gone to the Family Justice Center, Brittany. I've gone to the 122. I've gone to the 121. I've gone to the 120. Brittany, you remember my name. I did all of this already. No one wanted to help me because of how well connected this young woman was. She's been proven to be a liar. I understand people know her, but I have rights as a victim. I just want her to leave me the hell alone. Is there any way that I could speak to a real prosecutor and stop being pushed off and ignored? I do have valid orders against her.
Okay. I can't transfer you. My phone doesn't transfer, but I can pass this message along.
No problem, because I'm making a note of the conversation anyway. So you know my name. My number is 929-202-3895. Brittany, I am not looking for a problem. I just want them to help me and stop ignoring what this girl is doing. One way or another is going to happen. I'm just trying to do this in the most civil and professional way possible without involving lawsuits and lawyers. I just want her to leave me alone. Please.
Okay, you got it. I'll send the message over. I have your number on this.
Thank you so much, Brittany. Thank you.
That was probably Brittany, who works in the Staten Island, Richmond County District Attorney's Office, was probably the most respectful employee I spoke to in that entire office. She always granted me respect. She always listened to me, and she completely acknowledged my order of protection and tried. She did try to connect me with prosecutors. She did try to connect me with advocates. That's how I spoke to Mackenzie Upshaw the first time, because of Brittany, this secretary who knew I had been calling the Richmond County DA's office for over a year, people. That's how real this situation is. They're lying through their teeth. They just don't want anybody to know. But I'm going to make sure everybody know before I'm done. Let's go. Let's go to the next recording, and then we're going to get off because we're at 52 minutes. I can't be on 2 hours. We got Noto. What's this one? This one. This is 2 minutes. We'll play this one also. Okay, so this is another recording. Let's go back. Let's minimize the screen. We got about 52 minutes left. Cool. 52 minutes.
Officer, how can I help you?
Hey, now be transferred to domestic violence, please.
Excellent.
De la ciudad de Nueva York, el alcalde Rick Adams y yo queremos recordarte que las cosas pasan rápido en la calle. Tu velocidad puede parecer lenta al conducir, pero si atropellas a alguien, ese es...
Hi, you've reached Brittany Goldberg, supervising paralegal of the Domestic Violence Bureau. Please leave a message and I'll give you a call back at my earliest convenience. Thank you.
Good morning, Ms. Goldberg. My name is Clayton Howard, a name that you may be familiar with. I was falsely arrested and maliciously prosecuted by your office based off a lie told by a woman who I have multiple orders of protection against and criminal felony charges out of the state of New Jersey, Francyna Evins. I know you're 100% familiar with who I am. 2 days ago, my case was dismissed and sealed because Francyna Evins lied on me and had me arrested for winning an order of protection against her on December 1st. She waited 3 or 4 days. She went to the 120. She cited the day she was convicted and found guilty of this order of protection, the exact time I was in court, to lie and say that I called her. The prosecutors in your office, completely favorable to her and not against me as a black man with a criminal record, falsely arrested me and prosecuted me up until 2 days ago, when my attorney provided definitive proof that kind of made them drop the case. I am not looking for any type of negative energy, ma'am. I simply want your office to provide me the services as a victim of domestic violence with a woman who is continually stalking and harassing me. I can prove it. I have evidence. I have documents. I have recordings. I have contacts from third parties where she is attempting to try to get me to drop this order of protection in her favor. The only thing I am asking for is a phone call and assistance from Safe Horizon in the domestic violence unit in the district attorney's office. I am going to provide a copy of this to my attorney so he knows that I have reached out to you. I am asking anyone in your office, a domestic violence advocate or a prosecutor, to give me a call back on my cell phone. I have 3 active criminal orders of protection. 2 of them are final. My number is 929-202-3895. If I do not hear from you by today, I'll reach out again tomorrow morning and every day after, and I'll also have my attorney start calling because I seriously need the Richmond County DA's office to stop ignoring the offenses that Francyna Evins has been committing against me for the last year and a half. The time to stop is finally come.
So, that is a message that I left the Staten Island Richmond County DA's office with regard to Francyna Evins. And guess what, people? They never called back, people. Not once, even though my charges have been dropped. So this is episode 102, part 2 of the corruption between the NYPD and the Richmond County District Attorney's Office as it related to the violation and the deprivation of my freedom and civil rights. This is part 2 of exposing how the NYPD falsified complaints and we destroyed complaints and had complete knowledge that I was the victim of the crime and that Francyna Evins was stalking the hell out of me. You've heard detectives. You've heard detectives today. You've heard lieutenants today. You've heard sergeants today that admit that misconduct was going on. And lastly, you heard the little bitch who is Joseph Noto, who tried to tell me I just liked talking to him instead of acknowledging the fact that his racist ass was refusing to prosecute the reports of an offender who they were trying to make a victim and violate a black man's rights. We'll be back tomorrow with part 3 of episode 102, continuing to play the recordings of more sergeants and lieutenants who exposed the corruption and the conspiracy within the Richmond County District Attorney's Office, NYPD, and local advocates within Safe Horizon, True to Life, and the Family Justice Center that was meant to deprive me of my civil rights and lock me out of any assistance that would stop the lies of Francyna Evins and expose her to be exactly what she was, a domestic violence offender and a pathological liar. Audience, this is not an angry black man. I get angry at points in this, but I'm passionate about this, people. My rights were horribly violated. It cost me tens of thousands of dollars to fight this situation, which I am still fighting today, people. I'm still fighting them. It's not over. I'm in federal court with them. I have numerous grievances against them. And as you see, I strongly advocate against the office of Michael Mcmahon and the racist skinhead practices of the detective squads and the domestic violence officers on Staten Island. I advocate against the advocates who would sell out the community and violate their oaths to protect the people that they represent for political power and favors from the top law enforcement official on Staten Island. People, how do these people deserve any power? They don't. Camilla Hanks should be removed. Debbie Rose, thank God she's been removed, people, but Debbie Rose should sit in no position of authority of Staten Island. That bitch is a scum. She really is. Gwendolyn Carr should never be looked at as an example, people, when there are literally 2 men that can prove she lied on them because she was trying to con them out of money for a toll bill, people. When does it make sense, people? When do the injustices that black men face, that they can prove they face, are acknowledged by the community, people? You know what? I'm a man who can tell you they'll never be acknowledged. The only way they'll be acknowledged is through advocacy, and strong advocacy, where you call out the people who are responsible and you hold the organizations accountable for the actions of the racist few. Today, in this podcast and in the podcast before this, I hold the NYPD, Safe Horizon, and the Richmond County District Attorney's Office accountable for violating my civil rights. I provide evidence to prove that there was a massive conspiracy between these offices to deprive me of victims' rights services as the valid trial-ordered victim of a domestic violence dispute involving Francyna Evins, a woman who Michael McMahon knew personally and is most likely sexually involved with. And people, I'm going to keep saying this, because why would this man put the integrity of his office and his job up for this young black girl? Not because she was telling the truth. People, if she was telling the truth, you better believe they wouldn't have dropped my charges. They would have prosecuted me, people. As much as Michael McMahon has been after me, People, if I had done anything illegal to Francyna Evins, I would be in jail. They tried, people. I won an order of protection. They falsified a criminal complaint against me. People, make it make sense. On behalf of Justice and Operation Rock, this is Clayton signing off. We'll be back with